Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Razak at CMTrading. Today is February 13th, 2018, and today is Tuesday morning. So looking at the economic events of the day, we just have one number coming out at 11:30 South African time. United Kingdom CPI number. That's core price index number, and that's a yearly number. So that's an important number that's coming out. But let's see what's been happening in the markets since yesterday. So we began our week yesterday with a rotation in the market, and yesterday we started with the Euro USD inching up higher, and we're above our 30-day average here at 123, 168. And we mentioned this yesterday, it was a potential resistance level at 122.89-ish level, but we broke above it and we're above the moving average as well. So we're starting to get some momentum here, about 40 pips. Now the next real resistance is about 35 pips above, which is 123.60-ish level. So take a look at this as this resolved itself later today. If it continues this upwards trend, and it could, okay, in all fairness, we made a double top at this 125, but it could conceivably be around the 123.50-ish level, 123.60-ish level. That's actually a healthy place for it to be. GBP USD, we are lagging behind here. We should be bouncing above this 139, but we're not. Okay, so we may play catch up here. So keep an eye on this is if this picks up momentum as the week progresses. Looking at the USD ZAR, getting stronger here versus the dollar, 11.93 as well. So that's really an important place for it to be. And if we continue this slide, we could see it maybe go further down to 182. If we break this 182, well, at that point, that's really the low of the year. Okay, so we'd be in massive new territory, and the real next level is 1138-ish level. So just keep this on the radar because it's trading very weak, okay, compared to the dollar. The ZAR is trading strong compared to the dollar, and as it's solidifying itself, we could see this a further decline here, so keep an eye on that. Looking at the Aussie USD, a nice correction yesterday from 77 up to 78-ish level, and that's a nice V formation. I'm looking for a bull flag, so maybe if we get a pullback here to 78.44, I'd actually look to pick it up. So let's see if this does continue on its upward slide. Now let's jump to gold. Gold is at resistance at 1325. I'd like to see it break out higher. We're above the moving averages here. And let's see if this is really a pivotal moment for gold. If it does continue this little rally, maybe we can make ourselves back to the 1333 level. But if we don't, if we falter here, we could definitely see it go back down to 1314. So that's what I'd be looking here at gold to see some sort of, if it's going to be continuing, the momentum is going to continue on the upwards trend, or if it's going to retrace here. So that I would be looking for. Now looking at oil, we had a massive retracement here from 66-ish level, excuse me, I was going to say 64, 66-ish level down to the 59, and that's below $60 a barrel. Now that's in check, okay, that keeps inflation in check and keeps everybody else in check. So this is actually a good thing that it's retracing a little bit, but it looks like we're consolidating here, which we mentioned before. This is a nice support level at 59-ish level right here, 58.9-ish level. So we're bouncing off of that. So there's no resistance level up until we get to the 64 level. I mean, we might have a little bit of a minor resistance level at 61.90, but really no resistance level. So if we don't continue this upwards trend, we could see this being a bear flag and continue our downward slide. Looking at the Dow Jones yesterday, massive up move, over 400 points on the up move yesterday. Okay, we're looking here from 23,359-ish level. We rallied yesterday all the way up to 24,650-ish level. Okay, and retraced a little bit. So the markets are really volatile. Okay, the equities market. So a massive day yesterday in the Dow Jones. I don't imagine that we'll make back this 26,600-ish level overnight, but we're about 2,000 points away from that. So we're still 7,000 points off of our lows from 2016. But as you can see, we're creeping up even higher, okay? So we may find ourselves just trading within this upper range and lower range, okay, for just a moment. But there's a lot of pull and chug between the bears and the bulls in the market. And as you can see, that's actually showing itself not just in the Dow Jones, but if we jump to the JSE, we'll see that as well. I mean, we had a massive correction also in the JSE, and now, we had a nice, toss up, a nice gap up yesterday, and we're gapping up this morning a little bit here at 49,741. Now the key place to be here is above 50. Okay, 50,000. Okay, that's a really important place for this to be. And let's see if that rates this week. Now looking at the DAX, also very volatile. But slowly inching up above this 12,245-ish level, okay, which was a resistance and slash support. So, I'd like to see this continuation. Nikkei, has faltered here, and it's, really down, very, very weak here, but not bouncing up above. It may bounce as a result of the dollar, but let's see if that actually fruites. So, a lot's happening here. Some rotation in the market. We're having our correctional move compared to last week's, debacle, if you call it, or correction, if you call it. So, this is very customary of a bearish, bullish market where, people are taking their profits off the table, but at the same time, it looks like it's bearish, but it's really, the markets are still strong. And I think that we'll still continue to see resilience in the equities market. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day.